Finally, Lagunatic has come back to YouTube. Now, I was hoping to display something from the Sigil II shotgun box, but it still hasn't shipped out. So instead, I'll just show you guys John Romero's head on a spike from the first Sigil's pre-order. I'll continue to wait patiently, John. Okay, before we begin, I just want to say, I'm sorry. I know it's been about 4 months since my last upload. I was dealing with some financial issues. Google was trying to screw me over at one point with my Google AdSense account. And I was also waiting until I could afford my own nifty green screen kit, like you now see here. And this is the official first video where I am actually utilizing this equipment, and this is how things are going to be from now on. Get used to it. But enough of that. Let's talk about Sigil II. Sigil II was the follow-up to the CAC Award-winning Sigil, released back in 2019, that saw the welcome return of one of the legendary original members of id Software, John Romero. The sequel released on Doom's 30th birthday, which is just wild to me. I've been playing this game since I was but a wee lad, and for context, I am now 33. Ugh. So Doom has really been a major part in my entire life. So, what more fitting than having one of the OGs come out swinging with this mostly banger of a wad. Story-wise, Sigil II takes place where the first left off, just that you're now in an even deeper part of hell. You don't need more reason than that. Now, when I heard the announcement of Sigil II, I was really wanting it to be a Doom 2 wad, but instead what we have is a 6th episode to Ultimate Doom. Now, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed by this. But what we have here is John Romero proving, once again, why he is Big Daddy Doom. Now, one of you may be asking, but why, Lagunatic, are you making a Sigil II video now? Civi already made his video, and Decino already completed his playthrough. Well, you are right, I am a bit late, and there is no way I can ever top Decino's Doom godliness. But in regards to Civi, you will notice key differences between our takes. And what I mean is that Civi only got knee deep into Sigil II, while I straight up drowned myself in the inferno. I played on ultra violence, pistol started every map, and went for 100% kills and secrets. And let me tell you, Sigil II does not f*** around. Every map, yes, even the first one, has at least one cyber demon, one fire blue texture secret, and one secret that closes after the first 30 seconds of the map start. Map start. Map start. And as a self-proclaimed Doom masochist, this all really excites me. Sigil II also comes with original MIDI created by the returning James Jimmy Paddock, who lays down an excellent dooming soundtrack, as he always does. But the WAD also comes with original recorded music by Thor, and if you enjoyed that tune during the video's intro, well, tough titties. That will be the only time you will hear it. Doom just doesn't feel right without true MIDI music. So it isn't that the music provided by Thor is bad, it is actually good, but I enjoy it more as something separate from the game. And to make things more interesting, we will be using Cheello's Voxel+Parallax Doom mod to give the game a fresh 3D look, from the monsters and decorations to all the textures as well. So let's go ahead and start Sigil II, and because every map carries on the tradition of John Romero giving the most metal names imaginable to his maps, I will be introducing each one like this. Cursed Darkness has a semi-hot start and demonstrates the use of the Evil Eye. Shoot this anytime you see it to open new areas of the map. Fight your way up a staircase, awaken a cyber demon in the process, avoid taking a rocket to the face, and willingly trap yourself within this cage where cacodemons, imps, and zombies will take potshots at you from all sides. Alternatively, though, you can try something else. Let's rewind a bit. Now, if you are quick enough at the start, after you teleport back to the center, rather than jump into the cage, go this way and enter this alcove before it closes itself completely. This is the first 30-second secret of the WAD. Inside, you will get a berserk and mega armor to not only bring you back to full health and more, now you have your fists to help conserve your ammo. Something that is in short supply in Sigil 2. I see you haven't changed one bit, John. Drop down and run the zigzaggy bridge, all while avoiding imp fireballs and taking out the few shotgunners along the way. But once at the end, I like to shoot the barrels at the near corners of both cages to wipe out a good chunk of the opposition. You'll enter a dark room with an ambush waiting for you, but within their cage hides an evil eye. Shoot it, and then journey along in the outer edge to reveal an opening, bringing you to where the ambush took place. However, upon entering, you may hear a door opening somewhere behind you. Well, if the rat suit wasn't a big enough telegraph, jump down into the molten rock below and enter a rather nifty secret with the Sigil logo, TM, and a handy chain gun. Now, following this fleshy catwalk, you will traverse with shotgunners and lost souls attempting to kill you from down below. And at the end, ride up the lift and be delivered atop the cliff, opposite from where you started, while warding off a pair of barons and a gaggle of other demonic pests standing between you and the exit. However, we're not quite finished. You may have noticed that the tally isn't completely filled yet. We still have enemies and secrets to find. So instead, walk around back and shoot this exposed portion of fire blue, which then opens this wall over here, and this is the first fire blue secret of the WAD. After winning a hard-fought battle against the barons and their crew, there is still the matter of the one missing secret, and that annoying cyber demon. I don't have enough ammo to kill him, so what we need has to be within that last secret. Take aim and hop on over around this corner to where the zombie men were. Run as quickly as you can to the end without giving the cyber demon a chance to thwart your desperate attempt. Once you've made it inside, you will find boxes of chain gun ammo, which, if we're being honest, is not at all a practical way to take out a cyber demon. Is this a joke, John? Do you think this is funny, John? Because I'll do it. I just won't be happy about it. Make your way back out, and you may have noticed an accessible Involsphere at the start. Take it and dish out war with the cyber demon, is what I would say if there wasn't a better, more rewarding way of doing this. Once you've picked up the Involsphere, a wall opens opposite of you with a switch. This is hard to miss, I know. I didn't even find it on my first attempt. Lead the cyber demon into this area, and once he is in, flip the switch and run like hell out of there, and let the crusher from the sky end him. And now, you can ace it. Now, how's that for a map 1? A seriously strong start, and as someone who much prefers the intricacies and gameplay of Doom 2, I was quickly hooked. With the weapon and enemy limitation of Ultimate Doom, John Romero once again successfully displays his absolute wizardry of never making it feel like that, here at least. He also trusts, through the semi-cryptic secrets, tight ammo allotment, and strong enemy resistance, that the player can and will find the solution and come out victorious. Hell, just fighting the cyber demon alone, I died more than 16 times. Oh, whip me harder, Doom Daddy. All the while, Jimmy's Nightmare Overture plays a solid, hard-rocking, upbeat tune that really gets you headbanging along to the carnage. There is one complaint though. The enemies along this catwalk sometimes don't teleport up to where you are, or the Lost Souls don't catch a glimpse of you depending on how close to the edge you stand, so they never actually wake, meaning you have to drop down there and hope you can take out whatever you need to before the floor kills you. Now this happened to me only once, but it is worth mentioning. Now as far as my personal ranking goes, I'm torn. It is an excellent map that not only makes for a great opener, but also as a challenging map in its own right. 100%ers on Ultraviolence will have a grand old time completing it. However, that one problem with the monsters stuck at the bottom of the catwalk can really disrupt the flow and ruin the inevitable level completion. Therefore, I think I'm going to place it into the completely healthy tier, but with gritted tier. More or less an A- for you Mount Pain 27 fans out there. Violent Hatred starts off within the wooden walls of a lava-surrounded stronghold. Fight your way around the starting area, tripping open walls to reveal even more monsters, and come across this switch that opens the way outside. However, there is something mysterious about this switch, as in you can literally just walk right through it for a rad suit. God, I can't remember how many maps I've played where the switch was a walk-through wall. But if you do this within the first 30 seconds, you will find the wall behind the suit is open and the room loaded with bullet ammo. Now I recommend not leaving this room before waiting for the door to close and hitting this switch. That way you can return as many times as you need to replenish your reserves. Trust me, you will need this for what comes later. At this point, I would just run outside and gather up all the resources lining the exterior of the building and inevitably waking the lone cyber demon. But don't try to engage him, just avoid his rockets and save your ammo. Now in the distance, you will see a lone floating skull. Run over, shoot the exposed fire blue to open this door that you can't get to just yet. Hurry back inside, and if you haven't done so yet, open the door in the center by firing upon this evil eye tucked into the wood paneling. And before hopping down, I recommend clearing out the room from above so that you can take this ledge towards another secret as a wave of pinkies teleport in. Now around the corner there is a discreetly hidden eye you can shoot that opens the far wall. This will have a small ledge you can take around outside that will lead you to this secret berserk pack. Get this now or wait until you need a big boost in health. Just remember not to forget it by the end of the map. But something I missed in my first playthrough is that this wall isn't the only thing that opens. Go back around to the starting area and you will see a column is now open, revealing a much needed chain gun. Next, you should take the ledge on the opposite side of the stairs where you can now reach the fire blue secret. But don't stop there. Continue around and you will receive a big boost with this mega armor. From here, clear out every monster you see, including this zombie man and specter within a secret non-secret with a backpack. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about this one. Take the teleporter into a dark room and clear out the rest of the monsters of the map. Except, there is still that one cyber demon, right? So just like map 1, there has to be a crusher or some interesting way to kill it, right? Well, no. Remember that secret room with all the bullet ammo? That's right. You will instead shoot it until it dies with the 2 workhorse weapons in Doom. Sigh. To get it over with in the most efficient way possible, I guide the Cyb over to this side where he can't hit me, and I just lay into him until he is indeed dead. Wow. This map is kind of just okay, in my opinion. It is engaging from start to finish, and I do really like John's approach to secrets, including having secrets within secrets. But the fighting in this one is a bit of a slog. Killing groups of enemies that include Cacos and Barons with the shotgun and chain gun gets old real fast. And that is not to mention the anticlimactic fight with the Cyber Demon. I just can't help but feel there was a more interesting way of taking him out. However, Jimmy's track Sleep of Reason was more interesting, beginning with this waste tunnels / downtown vibes building into a cold and lonely feeling metal track. I'm looking forward to hearing this one used in other community maps. So with the map feeling engaging with excellent MIDI and fun secrets, but with the grind of fighting groups of monsters with only a shotgun and chain gun, including an anticlimactic fight with the Cyber Demon, brings the experience down a bit. Violent Hatred is going in the nosebleed tier with gritted teeth, B-. Twilight Desolation is a hot start with even hotter lava surrounding you. Spin around and look through this opening to shoot a discreet eye hidden in the marble. This will open the way inside for a secret as well as the 30-second secret if you're quick enough. Grab the plasma, but I believe it's wise to hold off using it until later. Save that plasma ammo. Head back outside and run across the lava to this platform and be teleported to a small tree root maze. At the end, activate the switch, which will lower a wall to allow further access near the start. But a keen eye will spot this evil eye hidden behind the ambushing lost soul. Shoot it and open a wall to reveal a useless chainsaw. Take the teleport back to the start and you are now free to grab the rocket launcher at the path's end. I save what few rockets I have for later. So I take out the rest of the remaining enemies with the shotgun and chain gun, though grabbing this will teleport you outside this building. Before entering here though, I found a good idea was to instead take this teleporter to a platform, supplying me with night vision goggles. These are handy because the interior of this building is quite dark and it is difficult to spot the shotgunners and specters lurking around. At the bottom is a neatly tucked evil eye hidden in the rock wall. This reveals a lift, and at the top lies combat armor as well as the computer area map. Now, back outside, don't jump off just yet. Instead, try skirting along this skinny ledge where you will find a BFG. And if you look across, you will spot this fire blue crack in the wall, and you know what to do. But there is something about this formation here, but we'll come back to this later. Now with all of that taken care of, take the center path towards the building and hop into the teleporter. Hopefully you still have your light amp goggles because this room is just as dark as the last. It is also filled with barons at the center. Make your way around, avoiding their fireballs, and open this wall for a secret. This is really hard to make out without your goggles. I continued down without firing at the barons until I reached the end, where what awaits me, another baron. I take this one out and activate another eye hidden in the wall for some much needed ammo for the stronger weapons. And now I take out the barons at the center by distributing my ammunition between the BFG and the rocket launcher, and then finally the shotgun. And finally I make my way back to the path and enter the final area of the map. But isn't there something missing? Oh, there he is. With a few shots left in the BFG, I take him out using a method I picked up after watching Decino's Cyber Demon challenge video and only use 2 BFG balls. Let's have a look. No, not that one. This one. And now, with all kills and secrets claimed, we can head towards the exit. Now hang on for just 1 minute there, Goonie. You forgot about that structure out in the middle of the lava. You're right. Let's go check it out. Skirt the outer ledge again, and with a well-timed run, you can jump over and into the opening. Or maybe use a rocket. I didn't test for that. This will take you to the secret level. So Twilight Desolation is an interesting map. Multiple buildings you need to teleport into, damaging floors everywhere, and a banging MIDI that starts off sounding even more like a South of Heaven adaptation than did Sean's Got the Shotgun from Doom 2. But quickly it becomes its own thing and makes for another banger track. My one major complaint is that building filled with barons. Of course, after playing the map a few times, I was able to come up with a strategy, but initial runs, I was really light on ammo, making that whole section a slog. But I suppose from a design standpoint, the player could already possess all the weapons before entering here, so you have to up the number of damage sponge enemies to make up for that. Twilight Desolation is getting a solid nosebleed tier placement for being an all-around good time, even with consideration to that Baron room. We have arrived at Sigil II's secret level. Would you know it? It's a tech base. Kinda reminds me a little bit of Knee Deep in the Dead, don't you think? You start off by igniting a cavalcade of monsters that you really need to dispatch of quickly, because once you're done, quickly take this lift up, push your way through, then sidestep into this open room to claim the 30-second secret. Drop back down and enter the darkness, where you will confront imps, zombies, and cacos. Clear them all out, grab the plasma gun, hit the switch, but don't miss the small opening hiding an evil eye for another secret. Now back upstairs, you'll find the red key has been revealed alongside a switch. Hit this, then take the lift from earlier, back up, and you can now enter the room on the other side. At the far side is a pool of lava with a soul sphere at the end. Risk taking damage and go grab it. However, doing this will spawn in a demonic security team. Take them all out, then reapproach that lava pool. We're not done here. Run back to the end where you can now see a fire blue crack. Shoot it, then run back to find a wall has opened where you can now claim that secret. But hold on there. What are the chances that this is another secret within a secret secret? No. Pretty likely, actually. In the back corner is a nicely tucked evil eye that when shot opens another wall with a teleporter. Now this is cool. Enter and be delivered to a completely different area separate from the main map. Seriously, this whole area can go completely undiscovered unless you find this super secret. Although, this is really just the deathmatch area of the map, something every map has. Hence, why there isn't much reason to really come here except to get 100% kills, since there isn't much in the way of ammo and pickups. Anyway, carry on. In and around the compound is fairly heavy resistance, and at this point, I don't have a whole lot of ammo to spend. So, I run around the second floor gathering a few boxes of assorted ammo. Meanwhile, I hop into these open areas and get more health and armor. Eventually, I kill and gather everything inside and return to the main map. Now back on the main floor is the red key door, and on the other side is a room with a floor that is now just a pool of lava. I kill what I can and make my way around to the stairs. At the top is a Baron, but I largely ignore him and shoot this eye, allowing me to retrieve a soul sphere. Then I kill the Baron. Go through the firewall and enter the central nukage area. Oh, by the way, there's a Cybin here. Now you can go toe to hoof with the Cyb and expel all your plasma all over its demonic face. Now go to the crates in the corner, and once you set foot on them, a pair of walls will open and a horde of monsters will spawn. Take them all out and retrieve the key inside this bland, plain room where it is just sitting on the floor. I don't know why this bothers me so much. Like, put it on a platform or add some lights in the room, you know? Through the yellow door, take out the specters and run to the side and shoot the barrel. This is important because in that wall is another eye that will provide you with much needed ammo. Flip the switch and kill the hovering opposition. Drop down and take this path to the other side. Hit the switch and have a pair of Barons take the final opportunity to stop you. They'll fail, and now you are finished. Wait! You missed a secret, buddy. Oh my god, I forget this every time. Back at the starting area, press use against this computer panel to reveal a rad suit. I have missed this every time I've played. I don't know why. I open it at the start, then always forget to grab it later. And I wasn't too sure of when the best time to use it was until I watched Decino take it to the lava pool on the second floor. Smart. Shattered Homecoming is a fun mix of enemies and utilizes all the weapons very well. There isn't the BFG, but honestly, I prefer that. It was fun going mano-a-mano against the Cyb within a fun little arena. And whenever maps have complete large-scale areas separate from the map that are only accessible through some sort of secret, it just feels very rewarding to stumble upon them. And Jimmy's "I'm the Doom guy with the gun" just tops off the whole experience nicely. Now, the only big complaint I really have is, what the hell is up with this yellow key? It's behind a wall inside an empty closet. And I don't know if this is just a very old design in 2024. It just bugs me to no end for some reason. It's not going to cause any loss of points. It's just, that will bother me every time I see it. Still, I feel the map is missing something that could take it just a little further. Shattered Homecoming is solid nosebleed tier material for being all around great fun. Alright, we are back to the main levels. Run and grab the soul sphere over here, then make your way back towards this lava pool and shoot the eye right here. You can take a little time to try and thin the herd, but you must press on inside and push against the resistance. At the end on the right is an opening with a berserk pack for your 30-second secret. Don't forget to grab the plasma gun to better assist in eliminating the demons in here, though I still use my fists to preserve ammo. Now that all of that excitement has happened, you can now breathe. For now. Run across to this platform, and if you're quick enough, you'll evade being sighted by the lone cyber demon. And if you don't, well, this could happen. I'm better than this, I swear. Hopefully you picked up the yellow skull key inside the previous building during all that carnage and opened the bars. Flip the switch, which will open the door to reveal the red key and that aforementioned cyber demon. Scoop it up quickly and either jump down and through the door, or be more safe and just run back around through the starting area. Raise the bars, kill the non-threatening lost soul. Seriously, why is he here? Then raise the stairs. I do agree with Civi that this area, it's a little awkward. The stairs along the side, the lone baron that's blocking the doorway, and the cracks in the lava that can actually assist in helping you take less damage on your way to and from the secret rocket launcher. Yeah, I don't particularly enjoy this specific area. But once you do get past, you'll finally come across a set of crushers. John, I can't believe you waited all this time to bring these in. Within one of the crushers is an eye you can shoot for a box of shells and some more health. At the end is a crack in the wall with a pair of eyes from the Archie mural staring back at you. The only time you ever see this, actually. Shoot it to reveal a switch that will then open a wall back before the crushers. Now, why did I have to shoot a switch to reveal a switch right next to me? Go back, kill everything, then drop down to the bottom and shoot this eye to open the wall next to you. At the center, if you look through this crack, you will see an eye waiting to be shot. This will open another portion of this room, and with more monsters to kill. Now in the corner with the looping lava pool, shoot the exposed crack of fire blue for more goodies. And after you've hit the 2 switches, this will open the way to the final area. And this cliff is just irritating if you have low health. Attempt to take out all the hit scanners beneath you who have an advantage of firing upon you before you can even see them. And if you're successful, at the bottom is the exit, guarded by a lone baron. And thankfully, I have exactly 5 rockets, so I take them out quickly. But now, we have a Cyb to take out. Take the teleporter, then open this tech wall to reveal a hidden BFG, and just in case you haven't already done this. And make your way back to the Sibe. Now, I have so much cell ammo I play it safe and let the BFG tracers do all the work by hitting the wall, then exposing myself to the Sibe enough times until he is no more. Just like this. Excellent. And now, you can exit. Fragments of Sanity is an interesting map. I do enjoy it for the most part, but it does have some things that bug me. The area with the lone Baron and lava pool is just kind of awkward and probably could have used some adjusting. Maybe not even had it been a Baron standing guard because it's just annoying taking him out. And second, it's the cliff at the end. I died more times than I'd like to admit, simply because hit scanners have a better chance at taking the player out when positioned lower like this. You can't really see them, but they sure as hell can see you. And when you have such low health, you hardly stand a chance. I know, get good and all that, and I won't have to approach it with such little health. But it still bothers me. Meanwhile, Jimmy's track Fractures plays yet another solid rocking tune that keeps the Sigil mood going. I think, overall, I enjoyed this one, and it's going into the nosebleed tier, but with the added pain state face, because it annoys me at specific points. I'm gonna be straight with you. I haven't quite figured out how much I actually like this map. It begins within this dark sewage tunnel, and... Are we still in hell? Shattered Homecoming was a tech base, but also a secret level, so that makes sense. And Fragments of Sanity looked like a base consumed by hell. But Wrathful Reckoning is just a tech base, really, with some hellified areas. Whatever. This is Doom. It doesn't have to make sense, so long as the action keeps me engaged. Anyway, before you do anything, walk backwards and watch your health shoot up to 200%. If you take even one step forward, this soul sphere will lock away forever. Take out the undead and shoot this eye, then hit this switch to gain access to the central nukage area. But take a quick right turn and take this teleporter before it closes it off completely. 30 seconds and all that. Now, after clearing all of this out, you'll have two paths, but only this one is worth your time right now. I go down and to the left every time. If you go to the right, you may be able to get a chain gun. You'll just have to deal with a Baron and a gaggle of other monsters. Me, I prefer to wait. To the left is a dark room with 4 platforms that you can reach by hitting this switch. Go up and run across until you reach this opening. Now, how much are you willing to bet that this is an ambush? Of course it is! I try to let them all fight each other, especially since running around back for the Soul Sphere will spawn in a group of Barons. Now, you should run out and return when you have proper ammunition, but I'm a Doom masochist, and I don't back out unless I have to. And that is how I do. So, now with the red key at hand, open the red door and deal with an annoying Caco in the way of this plasma gun. Further in is a room that spawns in with pinkies, ready to take on your berserk fists. But before you go journeying in here, you should know there is a Sibe waiting at the center. And wouldn't you know it, there is a fun way to take him out. Slowly make your way around this corner and open this portion of wall to lower a lift. Take it up, then telefrag Mr. Sibe's ass. See, that's fun stuff right there. So grab your BFG and blue key and make your way back to the central hub. But at this point, I now like to go down the other hall with more fortification and take out the Baron with the plasma gun. And once you pick up the chain gun at the end, the walls will lower to reveal a pair of barons trapped in their own respective cages. See, now that you have all this firepower, you don't have to spend forever killing them. Shoot the eye, and now you have access to the earlier areas. Now we return to the hub and make our way down the other hall and open the blue door. Around the bend is a fire blue crack that is graciously opened for me by the shotgunner. Deeper in is a narrow walkway with high damaging floors surrounding it. Make your way through and make sure to hit this eye for another soul sphere behind the cage. Further down is an opening, and sometimes the Baron from the center makes his way back here. Take him out and the Kako within to reach the switch, lowering the path to the final area in the central nukage hub. There may also be a cyber demon waiting there for you. But before you leave, there's a reason why this one platform here has health bonuses on it, with one conveniently clipping through the wall. Maybe you should go check that out. Okay, so we have made it back to the nukage area. Let's kill some Cyb. Drop on down and enter a cavernous area with baddies thirsting to be killed. And go far enough and you will hear a wall open back at the nukage vat. Take it and go back to the starting area for a rather strange secret. I'm not sure how the player is supposed to know of this secret. You never come back here for anything. Anyway, go in and get yourself some good shit. Back at the cavern, as you progress, you will lower these rock pillars to reveal eyes that will extend the path forward. Eventually, you will open a path deeper in, and at this point, I have so much cell ammo, I just BFG everything to death. Okay, so how do I feel about this map? Well, it's definitely not the top of my list. It is once again engaging, and I do have a good time playing through it, but I don't know, something isn't grabbing me. Could be the setting, it's very sewagey and all that, but I don't think that's it particularly. It's just, something's just not clicking for me. And it's the same with Jimmy's track Hexaphobia. It is good, but I don't know. So maybe the two, they just don't really fit together. I'm so tired. I just want to move on to the next map. So this is going into the swollen tier, but because I did have fun with it and I do enjoy a good secret Cyb telefragger, it's getting the added smile. Moving on. Oh, now here's a hot start. Now before you go announcing your arrival, I would advise you first go to the left, take the lift up, and grab the 30-second secret. This will not only provide you with much needed goodies, it will also supply you with cover. Take this opportunity and eliminate everything down below. So now that we've taken care of that, you have 3 paths available to you, providing one of the 3 keys you will need to exit. Theoretically, you can do any of these first. However, the correct answer is left. Before we do anything though, I just want to say that I think this marble maze is my favorite thing in all of Sigil 2. There are multiple ways you can go about vanquishing this area, but let me demonstrate how I do. Before taking a step inside, I smooth my way over the edge to a secret teleporter. This lands me at the top where I can now parkour over to this edge and make my way around to an invul sphere. But in the rock parallel is an eye that reveals a soul sphere and a most coveted chainsaw. Next, I drop down and take the teleporter to another ledge for a secret rad suit. I waste it and run back near the start and into this lava creek where a secret BFG hides. Now all that is left is to head back up and eliminate that Cyb within the maze. Flip the switch, hop into the teleporter, and nab the red key. God, this area is a lot of fun. Oh, and there is one more secret. On this ledge, you can drop down this opening, bringing you to the last maze secret. Though, you can get all of these if you're good at strafe jumping. So, at this point, I decide now is the best time to get the central tower over with. But first, journey along the exterior for more goodies and a fire blue secret. Head inside and shoot this eye hidden on the right. And just wait, I'll hit it. Ah, there we go. Grab the armor and, you know what? Screw it, we're dealing with this tower last. You'll see why in a few minutes. Head towards the side opposite of the maze and enter a red rock canyon. Don't miss this eye though for a plasma gun. Here, you will have plenty of monsters attempting to knock you off the path, but don't let them. Seriously, it's 20 damage lava, it's gonna hurt. At the end of the first path is a large group of lost souls, and I don't want to deal with that, so I just BFG them before they can move. Hit the switch and return to find the second path now available to you. At the end of this one is another switch allowing access to the metal building. Once you make it inside, here is a slightly irritating series of walls you open one at a time. I feel like a more fun way is to block off the exit and have all the walls rise up, so you have to fight everything all at once and you can't escape. But maybe that's just the Doom masochist in me speaking. Once everything is cleared out and you've secured the yellow key, okay, I'm sorry, we have to go to that tower now. This may very well be my least favorite area in all of Sigil 2. Enter the tower and lower the flesh lift. Ride it up and don't miss running into the first opening you see, or any opening you see for that matter. Otherwise, you're liable to take this lift up and down many times. Now, the first opening kinda strikes my fancy by, surprise, teleporting you to the end of the room to fight in tight quarters. The switch inside will open a new wall that you will have to run into, and this one, not as fun. It's just a room full of zombies and a solitary baron and a hydraulic flesh floor that slowly goes up and down. This is just kind of annoying, but if you think this is annoying, wait till you see what's next. The next opening is an abomination. I'm sorry. First of all, it is chock full of fodder and once again a solitary baron. If you run in here, you're dead. If you try to pick them off from the lift, don't bother. You will either face rocket yourself or spend an eternity alone on this intestinal elevator. No, I tried desperately to salvage what cell ammo I have because I know what is coming later. But I do spend one shot just to thin out this herd. Then, when you grab the blue skull key, a monster closet opens to reveal 6 barons. John, are you kidding me with this? There isn't another encounter like this anywhere in Sigil 2, so why is it here? I spend another 2 BFG shots and my last rocket and 15 shells just to clean up this mess. This tower is not my cup of doom. Oh, and by the way, now there is another cyber demon wandering around the starting area. Great! I don't engage. I want to salvage as much ammo as I can. So instead, I head to the final area, open the first blue door, and entice the side to fire rockets inside to get them all in fighting. Then I open the red door and lead the barons out so they too can fight the side. And finally, open the yellow door and... oh no. What's that sound? Another cyber demon? Are you shitting me? Ignore him. He only shows up after you walk into this room. So I just run in, grab everything, then back out and 2-shot the first cyber demon with the BFG. Next, I go take out the last one with whatever I have left. Then on the walkway, if you have your compatibility level set accordingly, you can't drop off if you want to. Oh, and this floor is a lift for some reason. And there's an extremely late Berserk pack if you want it. And now, this map is finally over. I am not a fan of Vengeance Unleashed. Aside from what I really feel is one of the more interesting areas in Sigil 2, the marble maze and the overall art direction and look being great, everything else is just, God, it's not that fun. The rock canyon is mostly fine, but it isn't that fun to get through, and the metallic structure feels more like a chore. And I really don't want to get back into why I dislike the Flesh Tower. It's just, God, what a headache. And seriously, this is the only map with 3 cyber demons. The first one I feel was perfect and engaging and probably my favorite cyber demon encounter in all of Sigil 2. The second just spawns in at the starting hub, which I guess, I don't know, fair enough. But why the third side? And not even somewhere interesting, it's just on this ledge blocking the way to the exit. So to me, it feels like the last 2 cyber demons were just kind of plopped in. I don't know, but what I do know is what helped push me through is Jimmy's track, Walls of the Minotaur. I'll just say it, this is my favorite MIDI track. It's the most metal of them all, with a mood-setting intro and hard-driving midsection. This track could make any map better. Just wonderful. Excellent work, Jimmy. Now, if you could cut the map like this and expand on this marble maze concept, I think it would have made it great. But that only makes up a quarter of Vengeance Unleashed, and I'm sorry to say that places it in the swollen tier, but I'll give it the smile for the badass MIDI and Marble Maze Arena. With 2 back-to-back C-tier maps, can we please pull ourselves out from this slump with the penultimate map? Thankfully, yes. Descent into Terror is a much more interesting map, starting you inside a cage with multiple paths that become accessible as you gather keys. Head down the first lift, then race over to the wood building and enter this small opening to nab your 30-second secret. Take this lift and shoot the eye to open the front door. Run past the firewall to get a head start on the Baron that comes out from it. Shoot the eye to raise this platform out from the lava, then head this way. Clear everything out, grab this secret berserk pack, then hit the switch to raise the bars on the other side. This is important because inside is another discrete eye that will provide you with a soul sphere. Now I return to the first part of the path and take the Baron out, then enter this room, which will raise the walls, so be prepared. Down the stairs, you may notice the texture is a little off. This is another secret and one you don't want to miss, as it supplies you with a cell pack and a backpack. Head down and take the lift, and if you didn't kill the monsters from earlier in an attempt to salvage ammo like I did, be prepared to be ambushed. Just push your way through and pick them apart. Hit the switch, run along the red rock, and grab the blue skull key. Take the first lift back up, open the blue door, and enter the teleporter. This will place you back down in the canyon, but this time along the metallic platforms. Run across and drop down to the switch, lowering you to the marble building. Grab the plasma gun, then clear out everything you see. Shoot this eye to progress further, and you'll be taken back outside for another switch, granting you access to this cavern. Inside is a small fenced-in maze with some fodder to kill and a yellow skull to grab. But don't leave yet. To the right is a barely lit fire blue crack that is easy to miss with yet another berserk pack. The teleporter will land you back at the start for easy access to the yellow door. Open it, then drop down to a lava-wrapped marble construct. Run across, then enter a small and narrow marble maze. Hey, I suppose we are in some way expanding on this concept. Kill what you can, though you may be low on ammo. There are a couple things you can do, but I of course opt to just use my fists to kill the biggest damage sponge enemy in the maze. Make your way up to the top, and before you go hopping into that teleporter, there are 4 items we need to grab. Well, really, only 2 if you're speed running. The other 2 you likely already grabbed from other secrets, and despite how they are placed, they aren't even tagged as secrets. Okay, thank you for that. Anyway, sidestep just to the left of the teleporter and drop down for a backpack. Drop down to the lava and find a narrow opening housing a secret BFG. Go back up top and run across this ledge for a secret soul sphere. Then last, if you really want it, there is yet another berserk pack you can jump to here, but it's not a secret. Hop into the teleporter and return to the starting hub to find the path forward is now open. Make your way along the snaky path and awaken the cyber demon. Now this one acts more like a turret. It can wreck your shit if you're not careful. Enter the door and clear this room out. At one corner is a lift. Take it up, then walk through the wall to grab a secret computer area map. Go up the stairs and find yourself within a hellified tech lab. I really like how this level transitions. Make your way through, and if you've played enough of episode 1, Knee Deep in the Dead, then you should know what this light is here for. What? Why is there another berserk pack? Once you've cleaned the area out, enter here and deal with a horde of lost souls. Yay! Doing this will open a wall with a narrow pathway. However, before heading down, shoot this eye to boost up your shotgun and plasma ammo. Make your way down and shoot another eye for access into this lava area. Take the lifts down and be mindful to not get splattered across the hallway by the cyber demon's rocket. Enter the room and deal with annoying lifts taking their time getting you where you need to go. Hit this switch and ignite a fight with Cacos, Pinkies, and a solitary Baron within this tight space. Now the way I go about this is to use as little cell ammo as possible in preparation for what's to come. So I kill the Pinky with the plasma gun, then the Baron with a single BFG ball, and the Cacos with the shotgun. Now hit this switch and gain access to a much needed soul sphere within the lava pool. Go back inside and now take the remaining lifts up to the red door. Eventually, once you open the door, enter a really badass looking area that will likely kick your ass. Step forward and reveal a gang of Barons, as well as these marble faces. Because I'm impatient, I always shoot these the moment I get the chance, so I can get the last Baron to join in. I then take a moment to group them up and begin blasting away with the BFG. But don't expel all of your cell ammo here, so be careful. Clear out what is left on the other side of the fortress walls, and you are now done. No, you're not. There's still a cyber and a few other enemies left. I know, I was just getting to that. You're lucky you're so handsome. Go back and grab the rad suit. Hopefully you didn't grab the rad suit before this. Make your way back to the cyber demon and drop down to the lava pool. On a small platform is some health and a good vantage point to take out the stragglers. But before facing the side, run around to this side and grab this non-secret invulnerability sphere. Now with invulnerability and a BFG with massive amounts of ammunition in hand, you've just made this really easy for yourself. Simple. Now, return to the exit. And that is Descent into Terror. Now this was really needed after the last 2 levels. This felt expansive and kind of like a small journey, taking you across multiple areas with different scenarios that feel mostly well paced. And it's certainly the map that feels the most grand and open, and it's just really refreshing. And once again, Jimmy brings it, but this time with a real mood setter, stepping away from hard rocking metal to instead focus on a spooky orchestral atmosphere. Yet another I hope to hear used in other community maps. Now, as far as complaints go, I don't really have many. I suppose the main complaint is, why these lifts? You could have done anything else. A single lift, a staircase, but instead you went with a series of slow-moving lifts. This breaks the pace for no other reason than it looks cool. Don't like it. And this next one isn't really a complaint, but why are there 6 Berserk packs on this map? 1 or 2 makes sense to grant that power up, and more than that I understand is to give full health. But does the player really need that many boosts in health? For a lot of the time I maintained 100 plus health and didn't really need these boosts. I don't know, this just left me scratching my head. Descent into Terror is getting placed within the completely healthy tier for being great fun with balanced difficulty. And despite those annoying lifts near the end, I think the rest makes up for it. A solid A. We've made it, the final map of episode 6. Hell has thrown everything it could at you, and you have persevered. But will Abyss of Despair break the trend of disappointing Doom finales? Grab the shotgun and chain gun on either side of this fleshy monolith and rush inside the cavern. Hang a left at the fork, push your way through, and grab this Berserk pack and invisibility sphere inside the 30-second secret, bringing you back up to full health. Make your way back, and don't miss this eye in the wall by the rocket launcher for a small ammo and health boost. Head down the ledge and take out everything along the way. And at the end is a Baron guarding the blue skull. Grab it, then head back out to shoot another eye in the rock for more ammo. Back at the fork, you can open the blue bars and hit the first switch of 2. Now take a right at the fork, and before you go too deep, shoot this fire blue crack. Continue down, and as you clear out everything, look to this ledge and shoot another eye for another small boost. Progress further, grab the plasma gun, and take out another Baron guarding the red skull. Grab it, then look to this wall for an eye to reveal a Berserk pack and mega armor down the stairs. Now, at this point, you have both keys and should have opened both bars and flipped both switches. But before commencing the final battle, in the red bar room, shoot this very discreet eye for a soul sphere. You should now have max health and armor. And here we are, at the front step to the final boss battle. Grab whatever ammunition you need and approach the pentagram. This fight shall be glorious. What? This is just gotcha from Doom 2 with an added annoyance. This is the epic final fight of Sigil 2? Look, I know it is basically an in-joke at this point within the community that the final fights are always a letdown. But this design is just lazy. An open arena where the 2 Sibes and Lone Spider Mastermind are locked on to slow hydraulic lifts? Okay then. I get the Sibe and Spider adjacent to each other to infight while I easily dispose of the other Sibe with ease. I let the pair duke it out for a bit, take out the Spider, and then finally, the last Cyber of Sigil 2. Let's just get this over with. Make your way around to the end, where the wall will lower, revealing a few more Cacos and Imps to wreck. And guarding the exit is 1 Baron. And Sigil 2 is now complete, with a text crawl teasing a Doom 2 style follow-up, I think. And credits. Okay, this is not a bad level, but as a finale, I'm just really let down. Hell, why not switch this with Vengeance Unleashed? That would at least more justify its spot in the level order. You know, with Vengeance Unleashed having 3 Cyber Demons, and I feel like you could easily just take out one of those and switch it with a Spider. Because Abyss of Despair is just too damn easy. The only time I ever died was rushing to the 30-second secret haphazardly. Everything else, it's kind of a breeze. And that shouldn't be how a final level should feel, especially as a 6th episode. Again, I like John's approach to level design, and it's mostly engaging, but with everything I've said and the level placement, it's going to bring it down. Though thankfully, again, Jimmy knocks it out of the park with Final Impact. It begins with something that sounds like it would have been right at home in the game Blood, until it whips you in the face and rips like an excellent boss music track should. Did anybody else get Dis vibes from this? Because I sure did. Now, I hate to do this, but my personal ranking for Abyss of Despair is swollen. Despite having mostly engaging fights and a badass MIDI, the whole experience was brought down due to its level placement as the finale, with a dull final boss encounter and overall its easy difficulty. Did I also mention you can at any time teleport away from the final fight? That greatly reduces the stakes. You know, just because of that, it's also going to get the pain state face. Honestly, I just found this to be a rather disappointing way to end Sigil 2. And there you have it, folks. My way too in-depth look at Sigil 2. Now, I want to clarify that my grades are not general review scores. They are instead just my general level of enjoyment. Some could be objectively good, but subjectively may not be, and vice versa. So if anything I've said upset you, just understand these are purely personal viewpoints. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and bring up the tier list. And as we can see, a higher percentage of the maps rest within the nosebleed tier. Map 8, Abyss of Despair, sadly rests at the bottom as a low swollen tier map, not necessarily because it is a bad map, but basically because it's a pretty big letdown of a finale within a fairly average map. But Map 7, Descent into Terror, takes the #1 spot as a solid, completely healthy map due to its expansive level design, traversing both high and low through hell within dark caverns, marble constructs, wooden buildings, and a tech lab for good measure. Though it did have those irritating lifts and an overabundance of health pickups, looking at all those berserk packs. The overall experience is still completely healthy material. Meanwhile, James Paddock knocked out another solid soundtrack with a few tracks I really want to hear used in other projects. My favorite track by James Paddock in Sigil 2 is undoubtedly Walls of the Minotaur, with the runner-up being Cathedral Rock. Both are equally metal, but the overall energy of Walls is really what pushed it up to the top. Though the South of Heaven style opening riff to Cathedral Rock did nearly make it my favorite for that alone. Now, back to you, Laguni. Thank you, and with that, my overall personal ranking for Sigil 2 is Nosebleed. A good and sometimes great Ultimate Doom episode that certainly needs to be played by those within the Doom community. And if you are more fresh and just made it through Ultimate Doom, you should play this, but only after you've completed the first Sigil. Alright everyone, this turned into a much more bloated look into a WAD than I first anticipated. For my next video, I'm thinking I'll back off a bit and getting so in depth, not only for my own sanity for editing everything down, seriously, from recording gameplay to final video render, this all took a month to complete. But so I can knock out more content for all of you to watch. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Okay everyone, on to my next Doom WAD. I'll see you then. Lagunatic out.